Good morning. It is about 4 in the morning. We just woke up because we are about to go ahead to see the sunrise at Angkor Wat.
We've heard a lot of conflicting things about whether it's worth it to go in the morning, so we're definitely going to let you know. We read online last night that it's actually not worth it, but everyone in town has told us that it is. So here we go. Out on our tickets.
We just got dropped off, so now we're walking down the path where we're supposed to see the sunrise. It's too dark still, but there's a giant crowd of people walking across this bridge right now. Unfortunately, there's pretty much no sunrise since it's so cloudy, and so it was basically just a little bit of light appearing. And so it looked really pretty, but it wasn't the sunrise we were expecting.
I don't really see the hype of coming so early.
Yeah, so far not worth it this early. Also, this area looks deceivingly empty right now, but it was packed when we got here. And when we were taking pictures of the sunrise, it was just absolutely crowded. It is a pretty rainy day, so maybe that'll affect things. And it's also a Monday. I don't know if that has any meaning to it. This section of the wall represents the 37 heavens and 32 hells.
It is amazing how much detail is here. Even the pillars are carved all the way down to the bottom. Almost every inch of cement has an engraving on here. It's amazing.
This temple is already really massive and it's one of the smaller ones, and so I'm excited to see for the rest of the day what we're going to encounter. The guy at the hotel said people usually take 6 to 7 hours to explore all of Angkor Wat, and that's just with a 1-day pass. You can also get 3-day passes or a 7-day pass, so I'm sure there's a lot to see.
I'm out of breath. Oh my gosh, those stairs are so steep.
We're pretty high up, and it's cool because once you get up here, we're just surrounded by trees, so you realize this temple is just pretty much in a jungle.
It's beautiful.
We spent about 2 hours here at this first temple. It's around 7:35 now, and so we're gonna head back to our tuk-tuk because he takes us on the small circuit, and so we're gonna go to the next temple now.
So these stairs right here are terrifying. This morning when it was dark out, I stumbled all through them. It was scary. And this right here is a floating dock. It is so cool. It bounces and changes.
Hold me down, I need to rest. Your body talks to me. It takes control of me.
So we're currently trying to find our tuk-tuk driver. There are so many, and it was dark when we first saw him. So I'm not really sure what he's wearing. And there are just so many tuk-tuk drivers here. I don't know how we're gonna find him. Oh, there he is.
Liberate, liberate. Don't forget me that way. It's a different taste. Liberate, liberation.
We're now here at the Bayon, which is the major temple for Angkor Thom, and it was made around the late 12th century to early 13th century. Apparently there are 260 faces here. Some of the faces look like they've been restored because they're a lot brighter colored than the other ones, so at least cleaned, but they look very new and you can see the whole thing, while some of the other ones are eroding and hard to tell. We learned that this temple is a little smaller than the last one because the king it was built for was dying and he wanted to see it finished before he died, and so they just did a quicker job and made a smaller temple. I've been filming so much that my first battery already died and it's only like 9 in the morning. And so I only have 1 battery left, so that's not a good sign.
It's 8:36 right now.
It's only 8:36? Okay, so it's early. And so I'm gonna have to slow down with the filming a bit because I didn't plan accordingly. I'm not used to waking up at 4 in the morning and then filming all day. We found some really secluded spots around here where there's just no other tourists. And we'd heard before that there was gonna be a lot of tourists, and there definitely were this morning for sunrise, but now it's gotten a lot quieter and a lot nicer. It's still only 9 in the morning, so it's not that late, but it's just really quiet now. Megan just got a sandwich from one of these little shops that they have. And originally the woman said it was $5.50, and then we kept on trying to walk away, so we got her all the way down to $3. And so then as we were about to pay, Megan was gonna confirm, and she was like, okay, so $3, and the woman's like, okay, $2.50. And so she went down on herself. And then I just gave her $2 and she was fine with it. So we got a $2 sandwich.
I'm so hungry.
So we just got back in the tuk-tuk and he took us here. I believe this is Chao Se Temple. This is one of the smaller temples, he said. I think we're just stopped here for a little while and then we're gonna continue on.
Huddle a little bit closer, babe. Let's see if
So this next temple is called the Ta Keo Temple. And it is much bigger than the last two that we just saw. So this is another tuk-tuk stop, and then the next stop is the one Megan's most excited for.
It's the tree going over the temple, a very iconic photo scene. I'm very excited.
just wait. Let me drive you crazy. My kind of baby. Wanna stay.
Earlier this morning we had some really secluded spots, but not this place. But this is the one that Megan's been most excited for, the really famous tree.
So it's understandable that it's so crowded.
Yeah. We probably should have mentioned, instead of just calling it the place with the tree, this is called Ta Prohm. That's how I call it. I'm sure it's pronounced differently. So this is the last stop of the short circuit tuk-tuk tour.
Definitely not short. I can't imagine what the long one is.
Yeah, so this is the last stop and we've been here for about 6.5 hours. So I think we're definitely, it's a good time to end. But it's only noon, it's 11:45 right now, so it's not even noon. And we've already done 6.5 hours.
We finished buying our tickets at 5 o'clock and now it's 12, so we've been up for a while.
And there you have it, that's Angkor Wat. And just as we're leaving, it's starting to rain a little bit, so perfect timing. So now we're gonna head back to the tuk-tuk and then back to the hotel.